Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Power of Reinvention. I'm Kathy Sharp Ross, and this month we are doing something very special, and I'm super excited about this. We're dedicating the entire month to women who have made bold, brave, sometimes terrifying, and ultimately transformational decisions to reinvent their lives. But before we hear their stories, today I want to talk about you. And I want to ask a question that I've asked thousands of women around the world. What are you waiting for? When I wrote my book, Reinvent Your Life, What Are You Waiting For? It wasn't from theory. It was from lived experience. Reinvention isn't something we do once. It's something we do over and over again, sometimes by choice, sometimes by force, sometimes because life taps us gently on the shoulder, and sometimes because it shoves us out the door. And here's what I know. Women are extraordinary at reinventing. We pivot careers. We rebuild from loss. We redefine identity. We rise after divorce. We start companies in our, well, in my case, 20s, 40s, 50s, and 60s and beyond. We leave comfort for purpose. And we rediscover ourselves after decades of taking care of everyone else. But too often, we wait. We wait for permission. We wait for confidence. We wait for the right time. We wait for the kids to grow up. We wait for someone to validate the dream. We wait until we're forced. And sometimes we wait so long, we forget who we were meant to become. One of the biggest misconceptions about reinvention that it means starting over, and it doesn't. Reinvention is not erasing your past. It's leveraging it. Every skill, every heartbreak, every success, every failure, every job, every relationship, every pivot. They are not detours. They are preparation. The women you'll hear from this month don't wake up fearless. So let's be honest. Women carry layers of expectation, cultural, family, professional, internal. We're often praised for selflessness, not self-evolution. We're taught to be responsible before we are taught to be fulfilled. And many of us were never taught that we're allowed to change. But here's the truth. You are not meant to stay the same person at 55 that you were at 25. You are meant to evolve, and evolution requires, you guessed it, reinvention. Sometimes the hardest part isn't changing your life. It's believing you're allowed to, or as I like to say, that you're entitled. So this month, you're going to hear from women who left successful careers to start something entirely new, rebuilt after unimaginable personal loss, reinvented their health, relationships, and sense of purpose, walked away from roles that defined them, created second and third chapters that are more powerful than their first. These are not overnight success stories. These are evolution stories. These are women who decided, I will not let fear make my decisions for me. And I promise you, you will see yourself in many of them. We don't talk about this enough, about the cost of not reinventing. There is a cost to it, and it's resentment, it's stagnation, it's quiet frustration, it's regret. And regret is far heavier than risk. The women who reinvent aren't reckless. They are responsive. They listen when life calls them forward. So before we begin this month together, I want you to reflect on 3 questions. Where in my life am I feeling stuck? What have I been postponing? What would I change if I stopped waiting? You don't have to burn everything down. Reinvention can begin with a class, a conversation, a boundary, a journal entry, a decision to prioritize yourself, or even just admitting you want more. So as you listen to each woman this month, ask yourself, what resonates? What scares me? What excites me? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? Because reinvention isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you already are. If this resonates with you, share it with someone who might be waiting. And if you're ready to explore your own reinvention journey, my book, Reinvent Your Life, What Are You Waiting For, is available wherever books are sold. This is your reminder. You are not stuck. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are in progress, and progress is powerful. This is Kathy Sharp Ross, and this is the power of reinvention. Thanks for listening to The Power of Reinvention. If you enjoyed this episode, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review the show. Wouldn't mind a 5-star review. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, be sure to visit thereinventionexchange.com to share your reinvention stories, suggest a guest, join the newsletter mailing list, get access to my book, which is called Reinvent Your Life, What Are You Waiting For?, and discover fantastic bonus content with my blogs, and listen in to the Reinvention Virtual Chat series. Don't forget to join me next week for another episode. Please share with a friend, and thank you for listening. Happy reinventing.